Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're here inside today because we are here with Gemini. Now, Gemini is pregnant. And I've had people ask in the last few days, how do you know that she's pregnant? Well, usually you hope for the best in the first few days. But if you really want to know if your rabbit is pregnant or not, and you don't want to go to the vet and get an ultrasound, then one of the things you can do is palpate your rabbit. Now, this is only effective if you do it between days 10 and 14. Right now, I'm on day 12, so it's been 12 days since she was bred. I'm picking day 12 just because I'm only going to do it once, but if you have not done it before, I recommend you do it on day 10 and then again on day 13, just so that you can get some practice. Now, I've had plenty of practice because I've been doing this a while, but it's a good idea to check your rabbit and see if she's pregnant. See if she caught. Now, probably she did. Rabbits are pretty fertile and they're pretty good at doing their thing. And Capricorn, who was bred to her, fell off. That's what we call it. When they are on the rabbit, they do their thing and they fall down. That's called falling off. And his fall off count was 3. So probably she's pregnant. She's had babies before. He's sired babies before. So she's almost certainly pregnant. But we're going to check. And you do this by palpating because you can try to guess based on behavior. Now, is she hungrier than normal? Yes. Is she a little grouchier than normal? Absolutely. You are. Don't glare at me. She's very, very grouchy. But even with all of the other indicators that tell me she's probably pregnant, it's a good idea to actually check. Because behavior can change for a variety of reasons, especially if they're having a false pregnancy. So you want to palpate your rabbit. You'll probably not feel anything the first time, to be honest, but if you compare a pregnant doe to a doe that is not pregnant, you'll get the hang of it eventually. Practice makes perfect. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. There's different methods for everything, and lots of people do it differently than I do. So I start with my bunny. I turn her so she's facing me, and I give her something to eat. In this case, I'm giving her sweet feed. She loves sweet feed. She absolutely loves sweet feed. She doesn't get it very often. So I've got sweet feed here to just kind of keep her calm. Don't leave. Oh, here's your snacks. Have your snacks. So I sit her like this. I sit her facing away from me. So the way rabbits work is their uterine horns come up on either side. So her horn is actually basically right here, back underneath the hip. And in order to properly palpate her, I have to go under her hip here. So I'll go underneath and palpate right under here. Okay, so you want to get right up in there. You don't want to palpate up here, and you don't want to palpate underneath and up the middle of the rabbit because all you're going to feel are her poops. You're looking for her babies. The babies will feel like grapes, but they won't necessarily be the size of grapes. She's a really small rabbit. She's a Holland Lop, so she's smaller anyway. So her grapes will be smaller than, for example, a Flemish, okay? And they will be a little harder to feel. But with a little practice, you can get it. So what I'm going to do is I'll slide my hand under her hip, and then I will cup basically underneath and to the side. So I'm going to be cupping in here, and I'll cup my hand like this, and I'll kind of roll between my hand and see if I can't feel any marbles. It is really important that you don't do this before day 10, because 1, you're probably not going to feel them, and 2, it is entirely possible that you'll squeeze too hard and do some damage to the embryos, and you don't want to do that. So you want to wait until at least day 10, but you don't want to wait later than day 14, because if you've ever met a woman who is, 7, 8 months pregnant, her stomach's pretty hard. It becomes difficult to feel anything because the stomach is so hard. Same thing happens with pregnant rabbits. It becomes difficult to feel the embryos. So between day 10 and 14 is the perfect time to palpate. So we're just going to keep her facing us here. Here's some snacks. Give her snacks, helps her relax. She wants to eat it anyway because she's pregnant and starving. I was once pregnant, twice pregnant and starving. So I understand. So give your bunny some snacks. Lots of snacks. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to slide you forward, baby. Sorry. She's grumbling at me. You can't hear it probably, but she's grouching at me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide my hand under the hip, and you can do it on both sides, but I only do one side at once. And then I'm just going to kind of cup. And you just want to look right in the back there for marbles. I'm going to do both sides as she munches. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can feel them. If you're really good at this, you might actually be able to count them. I don't try to count them. I just try to confirm pregnancy. Yeah, we definitely have a pregnancy. Sorry, baby. I don't bother trying to count them. If you get really good at it, you might be able to count them up like that. Now, if you're not sure what you're feeling, go grab yourself a buck or a non-pregnant doe, someone you know is not pregnant, and check again. Check that bunny, because they won't be pregnant. So you'll know what a tummy that doesn't have any babies in it feels like. Then come back to your pregnant doe, and then slide your hands in and check again. You're just cupping, rolling between your fingers. You're also chubby. So yeah, she's gaining weight because she's eating more, which is good, normal. Oh yeah, there we go. See? Yes, you're having some babies. So she isn't due now. They tend to kindle around day 31, and this is only day 12. So she's not going to be due for a little bit yet. But when she does have her babies, I'm going to try to make sure it's not on my bed. It was on my bed last time. So we're going to try. We're going to try to get her to have her babes in a little hidey hole, which I will show you when I'm closer to setting that up. I'll do a little video on prepping your doe to have her babies, giving her a safe space to do that, to make sure she's happy, because you do want to keep them nice and happy. So right now, we're just going to let her finish her snack, because she loves her snacks, especially when she's pregnant. So we're going to let her finish her snack, and then we're going to let her go off and do whatever. She can roam wherever she likes, doesn't matter. So she can just go back to whatever she was doing. And yes, put a towel under them when you're palpating to give them something to grip. You don't want to put them on a smooth table or anything. You want to put them somewhere where they can have some grip. Here, that's good, bunny. Yeah, you're a good girl. Now, she's really good. If you have trouble with your rabbit, you might want to hold them or have a friend come and hold them. Okay, it's just make sure you're not palpating up here. This is the wrong spot to palpate. This is way too far forward. So you don't want to be palpating here. You want to be palpating from the hips back. You're not going to feel anything up here. Okay, this is not where the babies are at this point in her pregnancy. So you're looking back here in this area, under the hip and towards the middle. Not towards the front here, because this, you won't feel anything here no matter how much you look. You're just not going to feel a darn thing. So that's about it for palpating your bunny. I am going to come back and do another video on how to care for your pregnant mama, because that's important. Getting her the proper care and making sure she's happy and healthy in anticipation of kindling, which is what it's called when they have their babies. But for today, I just wanted to do palpating the bunny. So we palpated our bunny. We confirmed she is indeed pregnant. If you don't feel anything the first time you try, that's okay. That's really normal. Keep going. Keep trying each time you think your rabbit is pregnant. Eventually, you'll get the hang of it. It does take time. Practice makes perfect, so give yourself a chance. It is one of the more difficult things to pull off. She also has a giant dewlap right now. She's really, she's getting ready to have her buns. But the only surefire way to tell is by palpating or by taking her to the vet for an ultrasound, which is another option. You can find a farm or exotic animal vet, whoever deals with rabbits in your area, and see if they can give you an ultrasound if you want to confirm she's pregnant but are not comfortable palpating. So that's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. Gemini thanks you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.